To create a GDS account, you'll first need to go to the Providers tab of the AMS website. From there, click on Register Now. On this page, you'll need to select the organization type that best represents your company. Note that you could be a language school that offers accommodation and insurance, or perhaps a language school based at a university, but in any of these cases, you should still select Language Course Provider. On the right-hand side, you can now fill the form and click Register Now. Be sure to save your password, as you'll need this later when you log in. After receiving your activation email, you should be able to log into your account using the credentials that you created. First, agree to the terms and conditions. The first thing you want to do is add a branch. To do that, enter your school information, address information, and other basic contact details, and continue. Note that if you only have one branch, you only need to do this one time. As soon as you add the branch, it's going to take you to the profile page for that branch. The next thing you want to do is add a video to represent your school, or a cover image if you don't have one. Click here to upload one. Let's add a YouTube video. Simply paste the link here of the video that you want to add. This video will appear at the top of quotations and other areas where your school is displayed. If all of your school information looks correct, you can next begin adding your memberships and accreditations. Simply choose a membership or accreditation from the list on the left, and once you're done, you can move on to the next section. Next, you'll want to indicate your school's holidays, the days where your school is closed and no students will be able to enroll. To do this, simply select the days that you want to make unavailable, and then save. In the next section, you can add your pricing periods. Normally, schools will add a new pricing period for every year, but if you have a different pricing period, such as different pricing for the summer, you can use this to be able to create that segmentation. Next, we'll want to begin adding programs. To do so, simply click on Add a Program and begin entering the information. You can also indicate here whether or not accommodation, insurance, or airport transfer is included in the cost of this program. After saving the details, the next thing you want to do is begin entering the pricing. To do so, simply click on the Pricing tab. Firstly, you can enter any fees, such as enrollment fees or otherwise, as well as material fees. Material fees can be paid one time. They can also be paid on a weekly rate or weekly unfixed if, for example, the material fee is changing based on the number of weeks. Next, we can begin entering our program pricing. All you need to do is fill in the boxes for the duration that the program is offered in. If, for example, the program is offered for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, you only need to fill those boxes. Let's say instead we have a program that is an academic year program, and it might only be offered in one duration. In that case, we would simply enter one pricing box. In other cases, if you have a program where you have a weekly pricing structure and the student can choose from multiple durations, you might find it easier to use the weekly pricing tool here on the right-hand side. Let's say, for example, for enrollments between 1 and 7 weeks, students are paying $100 a week. We can enter that and say calculate fill. For longer durations, perhaps the price is discounted. If so, I can enter the pricing range. Let's say for anything longer than 8 weeks, up to a year, the price is discounted to just $80 a week. So as you can see here, this is a really fast way to fill the program pricing. Once you're done, simply click on Save Prices and Continue. In the next section, you can also add promotions to a program. To do so, just click on Add Promotion. And after entering the basic information, you'll find that you can select whether the promotion is based on the start date of the student or based on the enrollment date when the student enrolls for the program. This works in much the same way. Here you can see the standard pricing in red, and the pricing that you enter into these boxes is going to be used as the promotion pricing. The discount tool works like this. For example, we can say between 1 and 7 weeks, they will have a 10% discount. And then we can say that from anything longer than that, like let's say 8 weeks and onwards, they can benefit from a 15% discount. As you can see here, the prices are going to be calculated automatically. And then lastly, we can select whether or not this is a promotion for everybody or whether it's only for specific agents or markets. This option will then ask us to select which specific agencies or markets this promotion should be visible to. When adding additional programs, you may wish to clone a program as a shortcut. When you do that, you just need to select the program that you're cloning and then give the name of the new program. Once you save that, it's going to ask you to make any changes before saving this new program. Another thing you'll notice is that on the main tab there is a bulk promotion button. This allows you to apply a promotion to multiple programs at once, which is faster than adding them one by one. This works in a similar way. You just need to give it a name, say whether it is based on the start date or enrollment date. Then you can manage the visibility, whether it's generic or only visible to certain markets or agencies, and then you can save. In the next 3 sections, you can enter your additional services like accommodation, insurance, and airport transfer. If, however, you don't offer any of these, you can turn the switch here in the corner to no. Let's continue with accommodation. To begin adding accommodation, just click on Add an Accommodation and enter the accommodation details. In the Pricing tab, you can enter pricing for this accommodation much in the same way as you did for the programs. First, enter whether there's an accommodation finding fee, and next, fill the durations or use the Easy Fill tool to fill the available options. Let's say in our case that the weekly price for this accommodation is $300. Once we're done, we can click Save to add this accommodation. In the Gallery tab, you can add images for this accommodation option. After uploading images, you can continue with the next sections. To add insurance for your school, simply click on Add an Insurance. You'll then be prompted to enter the name and a description. Pricing tab, we can enter pricing for this insurance option. In this case, let's use the weekly pricing tool. Let's say that it's $100 per week of insurance. Once we save this, we can go to the next section, which is airport transfer. Click on Add Transfer, give it a name, and indicate the airport pickup or drop-off location. You can also search for it on the map. Let's say in this case that pickup is free and that drop-off is $75. After saving this, we can go next to the gallery, which is where we can add photos and videos for our school. At this point, we've completed our school profile. To view a summary of your branch completion, or to add any additional branches, you can go to the Home menu. This is also where you can add your organization logo and your school description. Lastly, you can manage who is able to see your account and can add additional users if needed. In the Manage Agencies tab, you can manage which agencies or markets have access to your school information. On the left-hand side, you have schools that can see your account, and on the right hand, those who cannot. Let's say, for example, that we don't work with agencies in Afghanistan. To indicate this, we would simply click on the country, and as you can see, it's moved to the Not Visible Agencies side. You can also search for a particular agency and can move it to the list as well. There's no save button for this list. It saves automatically. You can also add additional users to your account under the Manage Users tab. To do so, just click on Add New User and enter their information. Mark them as an admin user if you want to give them full access. Otherwise, you can remove this check and can indicate what exactly they should be allowed to do within the system, such as whether they can view leads, whether they can manage agencies, or whether they can make general changes to your account. And now our GDS account is complete. You can log back in to make changes at any time as needed. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@amsforyou.com. Thanks for watching.